at this time every Friday, we like to visit with our good friend Winnie Moranville as she talks about some great food.
Welcome to Great Food. Now, most people look forward to Black Friday for the shopping extravaganza, but our next guests give us another reason to look forward to the day after Thanksgiving. Welcome, Katie Van Dyke and David Barutio.
Bonjour, Winnie.
Bonjour, ça va? Good. Now, listen, you have a new restaurant that's opening on Black Friday, Prime Land and Sea. Tell us about this.
Well, it's our newest venture. It's going to be a bar and a restaurant that is going to focus on, like the name say, on food over from the sea and food from the land that will include nice protein like seafood and fish, and also some things from the land that are more vegetarian orientated.
Oh, good. Excellent. Now, Katie, what is your role at
I will be the executive chef of Prime.
Oh, terrific.
Yes.
That's great. What's it like working with him?
Never a dull moment, let's just say that.
That's right.
Always something
we're friends,
different.
so I can say that. So,
It is what it is.
so it's high standards, which is what makes your restaurants so successful. So, all right. So let's see what you're going to make today.
Well, today we have some dry aged beef tenderloin that we're gonna do a kind of surf and turf with some lovely heads-on prawns, and we have here our personal seasoning that primes the Prime seasoning. So we have a land blend, which is good for proteins and pork and beef, and then we have a sea blend, and all those are mixed by us. It's our own recipe with our own secret spices.
And you said secret spices, so you're not even going to tell us what's in it.
Well, I got to tell you a little bit here. For the land blend, it's got some fleur de sel, and it's got also a little bit of lavender and a kind of a blend that is made for the herb de Provence style.
Oh, good.
And the sea blend got a little bit of piment d'Espelette and two different kind of salt. One is from Ilamaya and one is from Hawaii.
That's awesome. So they're definitely going to have a definite French flair to them. So I mean, perhaps I think some people would think, well, we have some steakhouses and we have some seafood restaurants, but yours will have both, of course, plus a definite French feeling, don't you think?
French feeling and also very speakeasy style. I mean, as our interior is kind of focused on the speakeasy prohibition style. We want to have a place where it's accessible. It's a place for. It's the opposite in Brew. You go to Brew and it's about formal dining. You go to Prime, it's more about relax and party.
Oh, good. So, relax and party French style.
Yes.
All right. So show us what you're going to do.
I'm gonna season my ingredients. So I'm gonna have that fillet, a little bit of that seasoning, and if you smell it, you can get the herb de Provence kind of style. And she's gonna sear that to a perfect medium rare.
It's great. And that's a dry-aged steak, isn't it?
It is a dry-aged steak, correct.
And you will be serving dry-aged.
We will be serving some dry-aged, some not dry-aged, because it's not everybody's cup of tea.
Right, it's not everybody. It's because it's a really intense flavor. And some people just prefer it, wet-aged. And also it's a little more expensive, so you can have a choice of, ponying up for the dry-aged versus.
And not everybody will have to come and eat a steak or some fancy seafood. We will have also burgers, casual bar food also available. And then we have a little bit of chorizo here that we're going to add a little bit of picante. So this is actually real Spanish chorizo. So we're going to be very fusion. Yes, I wouldn't say that, our style is going to be strongly French into the cooking, but there will be very international also, and of course a lot of American flair into it. That's why we got Katie aboard. She's going to bring the American touch to it.
Right, and Katie, what is your background? Where did you get your training?
I graduated from the Iowa Culinary Institute in Ankeny about 4 years ago.
As have so many of our great chefs in town.
Exactly. Yeah, great institution. Yeah, definitely. And then left executive chef at the Renaissance Savory Hotel, and now I'm here.
Oh, terrific. Well, I'm sure David is very lucky to have you.
I'm lucky to have him.
She's lucky to have me.
Oh, that is so you. That is so you. That's great. And so, Katie, are you going to cook that, or is David going to do all the cooking?
Well, it's a mixture. I mean, she will do. It will be both on the creative mind of it. She'll be overseeing every day the cooking. As my place of work is Brew. That's where I cook. But we're very excited to have her on board because, first of all, we think it's good that we have a female as as running that kitchen because she's very precise, very meticulous, and female are kind of, I would say, smarter and more organized than men in the kitchen.
I would definitely agree with more organized,
Yes.
having worked with a few chefs in my day. So that's terrific. Now, what are some of the things you're most excited about on the menu?
I like the idea of, I'm going back on building gourmet burgers.
Oh, yeah.
On the bar, and obviously, doing that kind of some raw seafood tower, oysters, bringing that feel like that transported me to home a little bit.
Oh, that's nice. And your home is France,
It's
Alsace.
France, Alsace. I mean, we don't do a lot of seafood in Alsace, but we're definitely heavy on the meat side of it.
Absolutely, that's true. Now, tell us about your opening weekend. I understand that it's by reservation only.
By reservation
because
only.
you really kind of want to control
Correct.
the flow. I would
Yes.
understand that completely.
Well, the bar will be open to general public, but the restaurant will be reservation only. We'll be open 6 days a week. We'll do a fancy full casual brunch on a Sunday.
Oh, we'll love that.
And Monday will be a closing day all around. We will not entertain. We are not entertaining the idea of doing lunch for now. So we will open every day at 3 o'clock with a happy hour. We call it the prime time.
Prime time, clever.
So
I'm
that's
primed
it.
for prime time.
And you're a prime customer.
Oh, thank you.
So we will do things like that, and we'll do bar food, and then we'll open to dinner at 5 o'clock, and we'll serve formal dinner until 9 o'clock on a weekdays and 10 o'clock on weekends.
Oh, that sounds good. Now, for people who don't know where this restaurant is, this restaurant has been a number of good restaurants, and one of them was 8th Street Seafood Bar and
Yes.
Grill that everybody loved in the late 80s and 90s. It was a great restaurant. So, and then it's been more casual places like Fratello's. It's been Raoul's. It's on that 8th Street in West Des Moines. I think what's cool is you're kind of bringing back, the idea of what it was back in the 90s when it
Correct.
was this really lovely restaurant that it was a destination.
It was,
a fun place to
like
go.
you said, it was
Right.
8th Street Seafood and Steakhouse, and that's kind of what we want to bring back with a little, modern and more actual touch.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Bring it into this century, but still the idea that it's a destination. It's somewhere you're going to go and have a nice evening.
Correct.
So that's terrific. Oh, good. Now what are you doing?
So we have a little bit of, just raw vegetable julienne that I'm going to season with 100 years old balsamic vinegar.
Goodness.
And it's really 100 years old.
Wow.
So a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to deglaze a little bit of the lemon all over our steak and seafood.
The seafood. I mean, those
That's-
prawns look
they're
absolutely
they're
beautiful.
wonderful.
Yeah. And the smells coming out of here. Wow.
Voila. So this is a kind of, I will say, a Mediterranean style surf and turf. That's pretty perfect. So I'm going to place the steak in the plate here. I'm going to add the seafood right here.
So this is your version of surf and turf à la française.
À la française, oui.
Mais oui, that's great.
Mettre ici.
Wow, I love the chorizo part. It kind of has the southern France bit
Oui,
to it.
un peu méditerranéenne.
Yep, exactly.
And then we'll finish with a little touch of aioli. So this one won't get any gravy or dummy or however people like to call it
Right,
here.
which is so good with seafood.
More of
yeah.
as a
It's like a
dry dish.
French version of tartar sauce.
Voila.
And you have some microgreens.
A little bit of microgreens right here, and then we'll finish with a touch of olive oil. And voila,
Oh, my
bon appetit.
gosh. Bon appetit indeed. Thank you so much. Good luck with
Thank
your
you
opening.
very much.
I am, like I say, primed for prime. I cannot wait for it to open. It'll
Thank
be
you for
another
having
one of
us.
your wonderful, successful restaurants. And congratulations on your new job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.